Peace, everybody. It's your girl, the real Tony Hickman. When I was younger, my mother was a Seventh-day Adventist, and she allowed me to go to a party. And when I went to this get together, I was having fun. I was dancing, all of this. And when I got back home, I felt this extreme guilt because Seventh-day Adventists do not believe in dancing. They don't believe in wearing jewelry. They don't believe in just all of the things I was doing. I was listening to music that I shouldn't have been listening to. And so as I am laying across my bed silently thinking these thoughts and feeling so guilty about dancing and enjoying myself, this is the first time I heard the voice of the ancestors, spirit guides, higher power, God, however you define that. And so the Barbies told me to go tell my mother that I danced and I shouldn't be feeling this guilt. And I'm debating with them. I feel guilty, but when I went in to tell my mother, she was okay with it. And that is when I discovered the voice of the ancestors was there. Now, have I been obedient to that voice? No. And I believe that everybody has that connection. We all have that voice that speaks within that tells us right and wrong. But we also live in a world that has dictated what right and wrong should mean to us. And for me, that has been an issue growing up. And so the older I got and I didn't live with my mother anymore, I lived with my grandmother, and life changed. There was a lot of changes, right? But so many dictations of what should be and what shouldn't be, on top of I'm this only child that is kind of like looking for love and to be loved. So I'm listening, I'm accepting, I'm trying to embrace, and I have the voice inside, but I chose to not listen to it many times in my life. And even now, I have acknowledged that, like, that voice is still there. It's still there. It's the same voice I heard when I was on my bed, and I'm telling my Barbies, like, I'm feeling guilty. I feel so heavy and guilty about this. But when I think about all that guilt that I felt, I think about all the dictations that I have heard over the years about what should be. The concept of religion has been the direct focus of that. But the problem has been that there are groups of people that are so dominating in thought and think that you should only think one way. And for me, I have always rebelled against it silently. And it's been over 20 years, definitely over 25 years that I have not been a Christian. It's been more than that. It's probably been 30 years, 35 years. Like, it's been a long time since I have not been a Christian. But I've always respected some people's belief systems. And in the process of feeling like I need to do that, and let me change that, not need to do that, but feel forced to do that because of the dictation that has come from that system, it has stuck me in these wishy-washy environments of thought. And so fast forward, I have done so many things and I accomplished many things, but in the end, let me tell y'all something, and I need y'all to take this message in. In the end of it all, when it is time for us to retire from life, it's not going to matter about our material stuff. It's not going to matter how much we have accomplished as far as housing and cars and all of that. And it's definitely not important that we follow the masses. But what is important is learning to listen to that voice and be obedient to the voice. The dictation of religion, the organized religions, have done help for some while they have extremely hurt others. And because it's a psyche thing. And so my new song that is out is called Spell on You. And I've been sitting on this song for 3 years, and I'm going to tell y'all why. It challenges religion. It challenges the idea of Christianity. And it is unfortunate that I have had to get to this point in my life where I am finally choosing to be completely obedient. Now, I've gotten in and out of the path. And I just really believe in truth and being honest, right? Being honest with myself, but being honest with y'all too, because at the end of the day, like, we all are living a version of a lie if you're not speaking your truth. So it's finding what your truth is, what your core truth is, and not your belief system. Beyond your belief system, what is your core truth? What is your purpose? What is your meaning for being here? Because we're all here to serve, to give, to become. Now, what you choose to become, what you choose to embrace and allow it to be a part of your greatest potential is on you. But I think it's so important for us to identify the core meaning of our truth. And that's really, like, I don't know if y'all feel it, but it's been since like December for me. December of last year, which is like a couple of days ago. But it's been since the last 2 weeks of December where I felt the shift. And I slowly started feeling it before, but I felt this shift of like, being really authentic. And what does that mean? Because, and if you watch my Tony Hickman shows, I have a couple of them up. Please watch them, especially the second. Both of them are good. The first one is about authenticity, but the second one is about the program, which is related to my song. But being authentic, like, what does that really mean? And it's a word that has been used heavily in the last couple of years, authenticity. And I believe that word has become very popular because that is where we are headed. We are moving in the direction of not only just saying the word, but that word needs to radiate through our spirit. But it takes a lot of courage to fully be yourself in a world that has painted a picture of what they want you to be. It takes a lot of courage to fight against the part of ourselves that wants to be approved and accepted by the masses, because our message and our soul is different from what they are saying. And as an only child who has been through my journey and battle with people pleasing, but also rebelling against it and just going full force, like being me, but then identifying those parts of myself that still seeks to comfort that inner child in me that is just craving love, right? So it's like balancing all of these things. And I think that is the journey. That's the journey. So I welcome the change. And like I said, authenticity is what is required right now. It's not even like a choice or whatever. It's the requirement for us to expand in ourselves. But because we are in a year that is going to have a lot of changes, we have to evolve or we are going to decline. It's like it's no choice right now. Like, I was talking to one of my unorthodox friends recently, and he said something that that really hit home for me. He's a priest, and but I was talking to him because he's a creator too, right? And so he was saying how he's stopped doing a couple of things, and he's just been really focused on him and all of that. And then he said, but I'm still creating. And I said, yeah. And I was telling him I've just been like a mad scientist with the Tony Hickman show, because I just love doing it. I love the acting. I love being funny. But I love most is being able to speak my soul's message. And I told him, I said, yeah, I don't know. No, I said I didn't even know I lost it until I found it, right? That's what I told him. And he said, you never lost it. He said, you just had to get back in alignment. And that was so powerful for me. And I'm sharing this with you because I know I am not the only one. For the most part, I do think I'm weird. I know I'm weird. I'm going to just leave that. The way I think is so complex, like, I even get challenged by my thoughts. Like, my thoughts will keep digging and digging and digging because I want to get to the truth of what that is supposed to mean. Anyway, but in the end, I just want to share that with you too. Maybe it is time for us to acknowledge when we are not in alignment with what we are supposed to do, with what we are supposed to be and become. And when he told me that, it made me look at my life, what I have been through in 2024, all of that. Not even 2024, it was past couple of years. And it was me avoiding me. I wanted to make songs that were fun and free or cute and just, and there's nothing wrong with that. I still love my songs and they're still going to come out. But the biggest songs I have made have always been those that are of activism. When I won my Emmy, it was because of a song about disability rights and disability acceptance. Spell on You is another song like that. Spell on You is different though, because Spell on You tackles the church. Spell on You is talking about how we have been tricked into this system. And this system is not only a system that is trying to dictate how we see our own spirit, but it is a system that has placed white supremacy on melanin dominant people and made us believe in something that is not like us, in a face that is not like us. This system has created the illusion of what we should think God is, and also made it where the people that look like me, melanin dominant, I don't like calling us black, and I'll do another video on that, but it has made it where people like me, look like me, have had to grow up and look at people that don't look like me, white folk, or what we call white folk, and look at them as superior unconsciously. And if you watch the program, the Tony Hickman show called The Program, I am talking about this, so I encourage you to go watch it. But it has forced us in this box, and it has made us madly confused, because it was ingrained in our spirit to believe in a God that does not look like us, and it looked like our slave master. This is what the system did. The system created an image of a pale white man, and then it made us study this pale white man since we were young in Sunday school. We read the books, we did all of that, and we saw the image of Jesus Christ. And then when we went to school, we were forced to watch movies that should be considered rated R. We were forced to watch movies with black people being hung because it was a requirement. So from children, from us being in Sunday school to going to class, we learned that white is superior and brown and black people should be scared. Because when we watched those slave movies, when we got to see how brutal the slave master was to melanin dominant people, and then we got to remember that God or Jesus was the same color as the slave master, that did some mental fuckery on our brain. And so now in 2025, there is a shift in the air. And what it is calling for me is to speak my truth, no matter how hard, no matter how difficult it feels. I have to live my truth in my spirit. And I'm sharing this with you because this is the same thing for you. Whatever your truth is, you have a few of them. I do too. But this is my path. And I welcome it. I welcome it. No matter how hard it may be, I welcome it. And I hope for you that if you don't know it, it comes to you. Because we are all here. And like I said, 2025 is a different type of year. The planets are doing something different. They're bringing a lot of stuff to light. We got UFOs coming out the blue. All kind of stuff is happening. We are experiencing world events that, like, it's a definitely changing time, but an amazing time to be alive, because we can be a part of the major shift, but we too have to shift. And I'm telling you this because I have been avoiding it. I have been avoiding my truth. I've been avoiding it because the child in me, the traumatized child in me wants love. And most likely that's many of our issues. We are still seeking love and approval. And we can get the love through giving the love to our inner child and to our higher self. But we have to be obedient to what our soul is requiring of us. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. And on all social media, I am The Real Toni Hickman. And I'm on a journey. Don't put me on a pedestal. I'm an amazing music artist. I love creating. Yeah, I love creating, period. I could do a little bit of everything, but the biggest thing, I was told I would never get my voice back, right? And I got my voice back. But I got a message recently that I have to use it. And I'm very thankful for my friend that expressed that I just needed to get back in alignment. That hit me after I stopped communicating with him, but it was so on point. So, yeah, thank you. Peace.
It's amazing how damn near crazy, in my opinion. The ones that enslaved us gave us a religion. Damn.